Welcome back, everybody, to Sports Babble with Myles and Quinn. I'm Myles. He's Quinn. There's Noah, the DAD. Good day. So yeah, we were just showing you a seizure warning with our flashies. No Myles Lane today, but we will be doing a long one, our tier list video. If you haven't seen the other one, watch that one before you watch this one. We were pretty close.
It's a banger.
It's really long though.
Yeah.
This one probably will be too. So
this is the annual long video of Sports Babble. So
stick around to see.
At Complicated Communications, we are committed now, more than ever, to keeping you connected. But it's complicated.
Complicated Communications, please hold. Complicated Communications, this is Charlene.
My internet is awful. I can't even watch TikTok videos.
Oh, I am sorry to hear that. I can have an uncertified tech on site in 3 months to take a look-see, hon.
3 months?
That's right. Someone will be there in 3 months, between a Monday and Friday, between 7 a.m. and 9 p.m. So please make sure someone is available to let them in.
Listen, that's ridiculous. I need to film my TikTok videos. Don't you have anything sooner?
I'm sorry, it's complicated.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Creepy case, it's a pillowcase. Creepy case, it's our face. Everywhere you'll ever go, people will say, people will know. That's creepy case, it's their face. Creepy case, the pillowcase. We're the best, we help you rest. Everything is great. We can help you sleep better-ish. Kind of not. Oh wait, we're hot. Creepy case. We help you sleep, 'cause it's our face. Every day, every way, we help you sleep and we help you play.
Acting up for us to settle on our penny one.
Hey, this is Quinn, reminding you to please take a moment and smash that like button and subscribe to our channel. And while you're at it, click on the notification bell to never miss an upload of Sports Babble with Myles and Quinn. Enjoy the show.
With Myles and Quinn.
Some classic and classy commercials there from our Sports Babble crew.
Wow.
Although I didn't realize we had Komojo up instead of
that's my bad. That's really my bad.
Creepy case.
Listen, we're out of
It's all cool.
practice.
Yeah, we're all cool. All right, so back into the video. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. It's gonna be kind of a long one, however,
Tier list today.
no lane slowdown.
Tier list video. In the last tier list,
Unfortunately, no lane slowdown.
no lane slowdown. Do you want to do listener trivia?
What?
or whatever it's called. Trivia.
Sure.
Listen
Yeah.
to trivia.
Trivia.
Noah doesn't even know. Noah's like,
No, you run that.
Yeah, no. This is gonna be a long episode. Maybe it won't be as long, but last one was long, so we're gonna assume it's the same video pretty much.
Yeah.
Last time
We'll probably have a little
we
more to
only
say.
had S, A, B, D, and C. This
S, A, B,
time
D, and
we
C.
have our own names. Look at this. We have our very own names.
Wait, make that bigger, Noah, so we
sections.
can see it.
So, we got our very own name sections.
Thank you, Noah.
We're going to go through this now. We got goated, we got pretty good, we got average, we got 6 and 11, we got no chance.
Just to be clear, 6 and 11 doesn't only mean 6 and 11. Like you can be 7 and 10.
It means like you're below average.
You're below
I
average,
thought
but
that 6 and 11 was a
we
pretty
didn't really
below
want
average,
to. We didn't
pretty-
want to like right below average.
I-
Average with the new schedules coming out, since there's 17 games, average was 8 and 8. Now average is probably like 9 and 8.
really?
8 and 8 or 8 and 9, 9 and 8. It's one of those two. I think it's 9 and 8. But
You could even be pretty average if you're a 10-win team.
yeah, you could still be average.
At this stage in football, some teams are getting really good. So.
We're getting ahead of ourselves. And just to be clear, pretty good is like playoffs, and then goated is deep playoffs. Like
goated is like Super Bowl bound.
we maybe only are gonna put like 4 teams there.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Yeah. So we're
Let's get a move on
into
there.
it. First team on there, Titans. Titans recently, actually very recently, signed Julio Jones. That's big for them. And they
That's
got
humongous.
King Henry. They got Ryan Tannehill.
AJ Brown.
They got AJ Brown. They got a nasty offense.
I think we should put
that
him in-
offense is looking I think the Titans
Pretty
are pretty
good.
good.
I think this is a team that is, if they have a pretty much non-existence defense, their best player on defense is like Kevin Byard, and he's such a mediocre player.
They have a pretty decent secondary, but
We were playing Madden.
Their offense
and
is scary.
we were playing Madden earlier, and I think Quinn was the Titans for some reason, and their defense is just not good. It doesn't have big names on it. They spend a lot of money on these like bigger players on offense, so their offense is going to be scary, and they're going to go deep because they have, like, it doesn't matter how bad your defense is if you're scoring 40 points every game. You have A.J. Brown, who can run after the catch, Julio Jones, who makes very nice catches there, Derrick Henry, who plows through everyone, Ryan Tannehill, who's a very good quarterback. He's super underrated. Yeah,
I feel like he had a good year.
Yeah, they have a
Titans
scary
team.
offense for sure.
The reason I don't put them higher is because obviously the Chiefs and the other team that I think who we're not going to expose yet, they're just better.
Yeah, it's tough with all these other teams, and
You don't think they have like a chance?
I think they're
I think they have a huge chance.
they're-
I just don't think
the Titans spend. I think, like Myles said, a lot of their money, a good percentage of their money on big players like Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry, and so they don't have as much money to spend on defense. So
I think if they had a better
once they start
defense-
working more on their defense, I think they could start becoming Super Bowl bound, but not yet.
For me, I don't even think it's just big players on defense. I think it's just having a steady defensive line and a steady secondary and all those things. All right, that's our Tennessee Titans.
I just have to say, I already miss football. You guys just talking about this for
Me
like
too.
2
Yeah.
minutes. I really miss football. All right, go on.
We all
The
do.
unnecessary amount of chips.
Miami Dolphins.
The Miami Dolphins. You see,
Yeah.
last year the Miami Dolphins were what, a 10-win team?
I don't know. I think they were.
But
pretty
they
good.
missed the playoffs last year.
Did
Titans,
they? Oh yeah, they did.
The Dolphins did miss the playoffs
They got edged
last
out
year.
really
Titans
far.
are very in between. I would say pretty good and average,
Dolphins?
but we got to choose one.
And I think it does hurt that Tennessee was first on this list because there's no way Tennessee and Miami are on
Yeah.
the same level.
You can't match
Plus,
those
I
teams.
don't have a lot of love for Miami because Tua Tagovailoa is so overrated. So I'm gonna put him in average.
Yeah.
Quinn, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree. That's the thing about tier list videos. It's tough, like, because if we were to put the Dolphins and the Titans in the same tier, it's like
Yeah.
you really
reasoning-
compare those two teams and say
Like the reasoning is
that they have the same level of skill and talent?
You're-
It's you can't really say.
like the reasoning of putting them in the pretty good would be good. It's like, yeah, I understand the reasoning, but they are not on the same level as Tennessee. And I don't have any love for the Dolphins. They're just not. They have no running. They have no defense. They have Tagovailoa and then a ton of great wide receivers. not a big tight end thing. There's no possible way that you could put them in the same tier of Titans.
All right, next team, the Cleveland Browns. Last time we did this, me and Myles put the Browns in the D tier. We said the Browns were at the bottom of this tier list. I bet that made a lot of you mad, and that's understandable because they actually made it. They made it to the second round of the playoffs, and So
I'm gonna say average.
Yeah, I'll say average. I think
they're gonna be better than Miami, but still a lot worse than Tennessee.
Yeah, the Browns are an average team. They don't got the best wide receivers. Jarvis Landry's okay.
I don't see them
one of the most inconsistent wide receivers in the NFL.
Overrated.
They have Austin Hooper, who's good. They have Nick Chubb, who's the sixth best running back in the NFL.
Fifth running back.
They have a lot. Browns are an average team.
I also think that the Browns are not going to go any farther than they went last year. I honestly think they're going to lose in the first round of the playoffs, depending on who they play, but they're not going past where they went last year.
I don't think they're going to do as well as they did last year. Some people say they might be Super Bowl bound. That's absurd. Moving on.
Plus, they didn't really have a great draft anyway. Who did they get in the first round?
I'm not sure.
I don't remember, so it could have been that important.
Moving on to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence. That's it.
I'm going to say either Tim Tebow.
And the rest are nobodies.
So
if you
no
know, you know.
chance or 6-11? I'm going to say no chance.
So
I'm not going to say no chance, but it's like they're not 6-11.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is like a 4.
They're not below average.
Something you can think about is last year when we did this, it was the same thing for the Bengals. They had the new quarterback, right? Yep. And now, it's the same thing.
Bengals
well,
last
it's
year.
not really the same thing because there is Team Tebow on the Jaguars.
Could you guys
it's
say
not huge, but the reason we did the Bengals, we put them that high was because they had AJ Green and Tyler Boyd.
So the Jaguars don't really have any weapons.
The Jaguars have nothing. Their defense is horrible.
They have DJ Chark, who's actually
James Robinson underrated. DJ Chark underrated.
They have DJ Chark, who's actually told to his face by the head coach that he's undersized and not good. And he took that like a man.
Get back to work, you slacker.
So I think unfortunately the Jaguars have no chance.
And they're going to be one of the best teams, if not the best team, in no chance.
Who do we have coming
Because
up?
they're in such a difficult situation.
They're going to be the best team and the worst teams.
The best loser team. The winner of the Loser Bowl. Okay, Detroit Lions, no chance. That's pretty clear.
No chance.
They no description with no chance.
They got worse.
I mean,
kind of. I mean, they got Penny Sewell, which is definitely going to help.
What did you just say?
Is that a kind of pasta?
Probably.
Penny Sewell.
You okay at the TAD?
I just think he just said.
I see what you're saying.
What's the say? Yes.
Just hit too fast. Like Deshaun Watson.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Boy, Deshaun Watson sure could use Penny Sewell.
What?
All right.
All right. Anyway, so
moving on.
They got
that offensive lineman dude who was good in the draft.
They traded Jared Goff for Matthew Stafford, so that's only getting worse.
Then they got that offensive lineman dude who was good in the draft.
Deshaun Watson's bestie.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just not good. Their defense is terrible. Their coaching, I don't even know who their coach is going to be. Their quarterback is worse, but still good.
The Lions,
their offensive line's still bad.
The Lions
they
are
have no weapons.
They're just bad.
It's just not good. They have serious potential to be the worst team on this list.
Whoa, you guys are really hard on these
Vikings.
guys.
Oh, this is actually a good one.
I'm gonna say average.
Average.
I really want to put them in pretty good, but I just can't.
I'm giving you a drum roll for every team.
Why is that?
They have a weak defensive line, first of all.
They have a weak offensive line, too. No, they have a good defense.
They have a pretty strong secondary with Harrison Smith.
Dalvin Cook is not going to be as good as he was this year, but he's still going to be good.
Kirk Cousins.
Still going to be one of the best.
As Myles says.
Underrated.
Oh, yeah.
Which is true. Adam Thielen. Justin Jefferson.
I think Justin Jefferson's going to get better, too.
Yeah, he's...
I can't see
he
him
was the
getting
best
worse.
rookie wide receiver last year. I think he also has opportunity to be the best second-year wide receiver this year.
That's even a category.
Maybe so Justin Jefferson,
This is
Vikings
a team,
are good, but they're not Titans.
This is like a team where they had a new playoff spots last year. The Vikings are a team who I would say sneakily get into the back end of that, like the last or the second to the last playoff spot. I think they have a difficult division playing the Packers, and that's about it. They play the Lions and the Bears, who they should get 3 wins against those two teams. I also heard that they don't really have that difficult of a schedule. I think this team, if all goes well for them, they're going to end up making the playoffs in a wild card spot. But if things don't go well for them, they're going to be like a 6-11 team.
All of these teams on here,
pretty inconsistent team.
All of these teams on this list suffered very majorly from the Titans being first.
Yeah.
Because after we put the Titans in pretty good, it's like all the other teams have just gone downhill.
Although none of those 3 teams in the average deserve to be in pretty good.
Yeah. Next team, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. No doubt. Goated. They're the Super Bowl.
They got better.
They're the former Super Bowl champs. They had one of the best off seasons. They got better from being the best. You can't put them anywhere less than goated.
Tom Brady, the day after the Super Bowl, which they won, he said, "I still think we can be better." Yeah, I don't see them slowing down. This is a team that I expect to go to the NFC Championship, and I,
Do you think
in total,
when he's saying-
expect them to win the Super Bowl. The highest Super Bowl % winning odds are Tampa Bay, which is 14.2% before preseason's even started. So I don't know. This is Tampa Bay team that their division got worse in total. The Falcons got worse because they traded Julio. They got Pitts. They got Gurley's probably going to have a better year, but they're still not good. What else? The Panthers, they got better because they're going to have McCaffrey, and I assume they got somebody in the draft. I don't really
They
If
got
McCaffrey
Darnold.
stays healthy.
They got Sam Darnold, who I think will
Sam
exceed.
Darnold, Teddy Bridgewater, pretty much same thing. I don't think it matters that much. And the Saints got drastically worse with Drew Brees retiring. So it's like Jameis Winston, Taysom Hill. Both of those teams are not going to
No one really knows what's going to
NFC
happen with the Saints
championships.
next year.
They're
The Saints are a
Sean
big
Payton
mystery.
seems like he's kind of losing it. Tampa Bay, easier division. I think they're going to be beating the Saints 2 times this year.
Going all the way.
I think they're going to win all 6 division games. They're
Going all the
definitely
way.
making the playoffs. Like if
Going
they miss
all
the
the way.
playoffs, something has to be bad.
My question.
Going all the way.
all the way.
I
Back-
think they're going to make the AFC Championship. I don't think they have that difficult of a schedule either. So this is just a Tampa Bay team.
Hey, the
built for
Tampa
success.
Bay Buccaneers, saying it right here on camera, live, kind of. It's not really
it's
that
not
live.
Not live.
Back to back NFC
Yeah.
Championship winners.
That's pretty much all we need to say about
That's
them.
because the Rams are going to win the Super Bowl.
The best got better.
And Myles, I have a question. When you said Tom Brady said we can get better, do you think he's saying we as a team, or do you think he's kind of relating to himself? Like at the near
That's really deep.
near
though.
the end of the season, he threw a couple interceptions that couldn't have lost the games for them. Do you think he's kind of relating to like himself,
No.
saying like he could
I
have
think
done
he
better?
always somewhat does relate to himself, but usually when he says he always talks about the team, not just himself.
Yeah.
Unless he does
Do you
something
think
bad.
do you, like for all
I think
players,
he's going to be...
do you think if Tom Brady
Yeah.
plays the same exact that he did this season, they can win? Or do you
I imagine they
think,
would win.
Come on now, guys.
No,
It's
no,
the GOAT.
all right.
You don't bet against the GOAT.
You're right.
San Francisco, it's either pretty good or average.
I'm going to say pretty good for San Francisco. I think San Francisco, they dealt with a lot of injuries last year. They're a talented team.
Oh, that's a good
But
point.
last year they dealt with so many injuries. It was absurd. It was.
Where are they landing? No,
I
you're
think-
hovering.
I guess pretty good, I suppose. But it's
I think San Francisco is
very
a pretty good team.
It's like the end of the very good or pretty good because they're going to get better. Their defense is going to get better. They had like 4 main injuries, including Nick Bosa, which made their defense worse. It still wasn't a bad defense. It was like 13th best defense in the league. And then adding a bunch of players, including one of the brightest young stars in the league, I imagine it's going to be top 10.
I say the only thing with this
They
team
didn't have a
is-
solid quarterback. If they want Jimmy G to go or if they want Trey Lance to go, which I still don't know why they drafted him. It just wasn't.
Yeah, that I was just about to say. I think that's
Wrong
that's,
button. Sorry.
That's one of the main reasons you could put them in average here, and I think it's also very reasonable. It's because Trey Lance is still a mystery.
But
no, how he's going to play.
Raheem Mostert, they had that NFC championship winning 2 years ago amazing like running core. They get that back this year. No Matt Breida, but he wasn't great anyway. Mostert coming back. Garoppolo, Lance, healthy. That's going to be good for them, which means if Garoppolo gets hurt or if Lance gets hurt, then it's going to be, switching, which is really helpful. This is a very low end of pretty good because I think they'll make the playoffs. They have one of the most competitive divisions in sports or football or whatever, so that really hurts them. Yeah, actually, I forgot about their division, so I think average.
Yeah,
like
this
the top end of
this
average.
Toss up. Yeah, I'd say if
their division's just too good.
Yeah, put them in average. I think they're the best team in average.
The Cardinals are the worst team in that division. That says something because the Cardinals are probably going to make the playoffs too.
All right, next team.
I don't know.
Falcons. I'd say the Falcons
6-11
make our first spot at the 6-11 team. We said it. They lost Julio. They gained Kyle Pitts.
You're trying to pin
Matt Ryan's not great. They have a terrible defense.
Pretty good. I think he's underrated.
He's good, but they have an
though.
awful defense. Their defense is atrocious. It is
Todd Gurley
bad.
is playing like an 80-year-old out there. He can only really get better because
Todd Gurley
his last
accidentally
season was so
scored a
bad.
touchdown before, guys. Accidentally, he scored a touchdown. That's
You disgust It's great for his stats, though.
Kind of.
But then you lose.
Probably would have ended up scoring a touchdown anyway.
I apologize for nothing.
They lost in the.
What will you guys
bad.
do if the Falcons actually get 6-11? Like that?
Be like, oh yeah, I predicted
I will
that.
shave my head. I'm kidding.
Really?
No biggie. I predicted
Never.
that.
Get back to work, you slacker.
No.
Next.
Baltimore.
Ravens.
I think pretty good.
I agree. Ravens are pretty good. Lamar Jackson, people hate him because he's different, but
got-
he's good.
Rashad Berry or Bateman or whatever. I think that's going to help them out. Lamar is going to have another guy to throw short passes to when he's on the run. I don't know. I don't see them improving a lot. I see like, they're going to get a little better, but not a lot better. They barely did anything this offseason, which, when you're a team that good where you went pretty deep in the playoffs and then you don't do anything except for improve your team a little bit, that's a good offseason for you. You're not getting worse. Mm-hmm. Pretty good. I don't have a lot to say about that.
Ravens are pretty good. They have a solid defense. They have one of the best running back cores in the NFL with J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, and Lamar Jackson, if you will. Lamar Jackson, he's good. He's a good quarterback.
Kind of.
They hate him because he's different, but he's good different.
He's special.
Yeah. Moving on.
Chicago Bears, 6-11.
6-11.
This is such a 6-11 team.
This is always a 6-11 team, and they will be that way forever.
I don't understand why anyone is overrating them. They did one off-season
You
thing.
have got to be kidding.
They made a pretty good trade, and then they ended up securing what's that guy's name?
Justin Fields. Who I think will be
he's
a
like
bust.
Allen Robinson. I don't think he's going to be that good either. This is just such a what did you do there?
I mean,
that's fine.
What are they going to do? Start
They're
with
one
Trubisky?
Mitch Trubisky's on the Bills now. They're one of the most overrated teams in football right now. I don't have a lot to say about them either. They're just not going to be.
They're
good.
not
They
good.
have no running.
They have a great defensive line. They have
secondary.
They have pretty bad secondary. They have
no
pretty
running.
bad offense. They have Allen Robinson, who is top 10.
I don't think he's top 10, but that's up to discussion.
I think at points last year you could put him in top 10. Besides, they're 6-11.
Yeah. Okay. Bengals
6-11.
Last year, no chance. This year, they got Burrow. Who did they draft?
Jamar Chase.
Okay, Burrow. He has another
Which
out to
I think
third. I think they
was-
should have got Sewell. They could have.
Agreed.
Wait, yeah, they could have, and they didn't. That was stupid, but he's going to throw quick passes to him now. I think that's just what the guy's going to morph into.
Yeah, I saw this thing. It was Benny Sewell. I'm just going to call him Sewell from now on. Sewell blocking Burrow. Burrow throwing to any other wide receiver on the Bengals and being a good gain. Or Jamar Chase being open and the rest of the Bengals offensive line blocking for Burrow and Burrow getting tackled and injuring himself again.
That's pretty true.
Which is what happened last year, and that's why he's injured. That's why he was.
Burrow healthy with whoever their wide receiver is, either Chase or Smith.
Yeah.
remember.
This is a very 6-11 team. Yeah, they have kind of opportunity.
6-11.
It depends how. I guess it depends how the offense does because their defense is pretty bad.
Yeah, their defense is terrible. Okay, next team, New York Giants.
6-11. Oh,
6-11.
I personally
Sorry
think the
about that.
Giants. I might be a little bit biased, you could say, but I think the Giants are at the top end of the six.
Oh, sorry about that. That was just.
I think the Giants are at the top end of the 6-11 tier.
I don't know.
Last year the Giants won
division
7
is
games.
so bad. It's really difficult to tell. What's going to happen
But
to them.
I'm not going to.
Miles
put the
actually.
Giants,
I'm sorry. Miles just fell down. He hit his head. Sorry.
I'm not going to put the Giants in
Giants
average
division.
and
He's
say that
he's
the
not
Giants
sure
could
what he's
match
saying.
up.
The Giants are not making the playoffs. Dallas is going to make the playoffs over them. The Giants did nothing to improve. They got Kadarius Toney, who will help them, but they really should have got Rashad Bateman. That would have helped them so much more. Or Barry, I can't remember.
Yeah,
his
no,
name.
but I think the Giants are top of 6-11, but I cannot put the Giants in average and say
Really
that they
depends.
will match up with any of those.
I think the
teams.
Giants are better than the Bengals, but the Falcons and the Bears could probably beat them. I don't know.
Depends on the day.
Oh, sexy girlfriend!
I don't know what that sounded.
Just kinda
like.
random.
Sorry.
All right, Houston
Moving on.
Texans.
No
Easily, no chance.
Before
they're
this-
probably the worst
Could
team
you say
on our
they're
tier
hard
list.
to deal with?
They're probably the worst team.
Should
on
have
the
put
tier
this
list.
on recording. But before this, and no one Miles can vouch for me, I wanted to make an own section below no chance that said Texans because they are so bad they will be the first pick next year, meaning they're going to have the worst score. Calling it, Sean Watson probably won't play a single snap because you know why?
because of massage.
Yeah.
I think the Texans. The Texans got Philip Lindsay, which will help their running back. Whatever. They're spending a little too much money on him, if you ask me, or anyone else who knows anything about sports. Yeah, this is like such a mediocre move, and their team's just bad. They have nobody to throw to. They have no. I guess you have like
don't
him
even
to run.
bother.
I don't even know who their coach or like quarterback is. Their defense is not good. They're just such a bad team.
No one knows what's up. Texans.
Nice, Noah.
If you have Texans
Self-destruct sequence
anywhere
activated.
above, no chance.
Make it gray.
I hate to
just
alarm
black.
you, but you are wrong.
They're not,
Gray.
even, they're not even relevant. Just black.
All right. Anywho, next team is. I don't know. We don't know.
All right, yeah, just delete that or something.
Aww.
Bro.
Delete, right.
Indianapolis Colts. Oh, where did they go?
I think the Texans disappeared.
They're not
The
even
Texans are
relevant.
in no chance. That's all you need to know.
Yeah. You know. Indianapolis Colts. I'm putting them.
Pretty
Oh,
good. I
don't
think
know.
the Colts are pretty good.
I think the Colts with Andrew Luck or Phillip Rivers would be pretty good, but Carson Wentz.
I think
average.
Carson Wentz will do well. I
Also
don't think
top
he will
end of
do as
average.
well as Philip Rivers could have
Top end of
done.
average.
I think bottom end is pretty good.
I think
Rock,
top-
paper, scissors.
Wait, hold on.
Quinn.
No!
Yeah. All right.
Quinn.
Average.
Hold on. Can we pause real quick?
Whoa.
So he's at average or whatever. But earlier today,
I know.
Miles was saying
I did scissors the first time, and he did scissors too, so it blew my mind.
no, it doesn't matter, Quinn.
That's
He
called
said he
reverse
was-
Scientology.
Psychology.
What'd I say?
Scientology.
Miles was saying
Okay.
before that he always does paper. He did scissors at first, but Quinn was like, oh, he does paper anyways.
I did paper the next 2 times.
Yeah.
Rams, pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
Top end, pretty good. I
Don't
think.
get your panties all in a bunch.
I
Sorry, I hit the wrong button.
That's like another. They're better than the Ravens, but that's like them with the Titans. Those are both just great teams.
I think the Rams
They're
will
gonna
do
go
very well next season, and I think
They should win their division.
I think the Rams will win the division. I think
Robert
it will
Woods,
be
Cooper
a
Kupp,
big
Matthew
contender
Stafford.
coming out of the NFC.
gosh. I think Cam Akers is going to do better than everyone expects. Matthew Stafford with like who's their quarterback? It's like tight end. It's like
Robert Woods.
nope, that's wide receiver.
Yeah. Why?
Starts with like an H. Is it?
Oh, I know his name.
Hey.
I know it. I don't know.
Anyway, they have Matthew Stafford who's going to be throwing to like Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp. That's their defense is also great. Oh my gosh, what is that guy's name? It starts with like an H. You know his
Ah, you got a speaker.
Do I know his name?
Yeah, the tight end for the Rams.
You got a
For the
speaker.
Rams?
It's like, his last name's starts with
Hopkins.
No.
A. It's like, hey, something.
Hey.
I'm gonna look up.
Young man.
I'm sorry, guys. I gotta look up Rams.
Sorry
tight
for this.
end. Anyway, Quinn, keep.
The
talking
Rams
about
are
the
pretty
Rams.
good. They're pretty good. I think the Rams will be a major contender coming out of the NFC this year. Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp are two.
Tyler Higbee. Higbee.
That's what I was saying.
The boy.
Higbee. Yeah, he's gonna be very good.
Moving on.
Yeah, I think that they're gonna be a good team.
Chargers are average. I think the Chargers are overrated.
They're better. Yeah, they're very overrated.
They are overrated because it's Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert is good, but he's not. He's good, but he's not like he's going to carry this team to pretty good.
They have no wide receivers. They have like Keenan Allen,
Allen,
Alston Eckler, and then that's it.
They have
no
a
talent.
mediocre
No
defense.
defense.
They have
Or
Joey Bosa.
They have a good defensive line, not a good secondary. They have like one good player.
This is the definition of a
average team. Like they're not gonna make the playoffs. They're just not. Their division, they're gonna get crushed by the Chiefs. The Raiders and them will probably snipe at each other a little bit.
Moving on. Chiefs, no chance.
Goated.
No chance.
Goated. I
If
hate
you have
the Chiefs.
Chiefs
I hate
anywhere-
them.
Do you think it's going to be the same Super Bowl?
It very well could be. It's really never the same Super Bowl, and it's always kind of cracked up to be. The Chiefs didn't really have a good offseason. Like, they signed... Who did they sign? They lost two of their good offensive linemen, and then they replaced them with three, like, pretty good offensive linemen. They overspent on their offensive line. Who did they draft? Their draft wasn't very good, was it? Wasn't a great draft. They did not get better, but they really didn't get... If they got worse, it wasn't by a lot. So I would expect the Chiefs to make the AFC Championship and probably the Super Bowl. This is a team that has a very good chance of winning the Super Bowl. I think their odds are... They have the second highest odds of winning the Super Bowl. It's like 13.6, and the Buccaneers was 14.2. Yeah. I don't know. They're just a good team.
If you have the Chiefs anywhere below, goated, hate to alarm you, but you are wrong.
All right, moving on.
Saints. Ooh, average.
I think
it's just such
I
an
think the
average
Saints
team.
are at the low end of average.
Me too. They're not a 6-11 team.
They're not.
But they're not pretty good.
No, without
Breeze.
Yeah.
Sean Payton's losing it.
I think the Saints are an 8 or 9 win team.
Yeah,
maybe not.
With the new schedule, it's kind of hard to tell, but
yeah.
I don't know. They're just. I don't have a lot to say about them.
No Drew
I imagine
Brees?
Thomas will be better, but he doesn't have as good of a quarterback, so he'll probably end up being better. Still.
No one really knows who's going to play quarterback, or I guess we do, but
either.
But no one really knows who this
They didn't have
team.
a good draft either.
Who did they even
Nobody
draft?
knows.
By the way, guys, don't ask me who
trouble
people
not
drafted
good.
because after the Giants drafted Kadarius Toney, I went to
He
bed
clocked out.
because I was mad.
Anyway, so not a lot to say about the Saints team either. They're just not that good.
Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys. Average.
You
want to put them in pretty good because they're probably going to win their division, but then it's like,
But then,
Winning.
Then you remember they're the Cowboys.
They're the
Cowboys, they have
Cowboys.
Dak Prescott, probably will win Comeback Player of the Year. CeeDee Lamb,
Wait, what's happening?
one of
here?
the better.
There we go.
That's my
That's
Cowboys.
good.
That's my Cowboys.
Cowboys,
sound effect.
they're going to be. CeeDee Lamb's going to be one of the best second-year wide receivers next year. They have pretty bad defense.
Their defense
They
is
have
not
Ezekiel
good.
Elliott, who I think will have a bounce back year, considering he didn't do too hot last year.
did
Tony
bad.
Pollard, who's I think will do well. He was starting to show some talent last year.
Who did they draft?
Michael Parsons. Yeah, they have Michael Parsons.
Yeah, that's going to help them out significantly.
Yep, one of the best
This
linebackers
is like,
in the draft.
it's like a team where I think they're going to win their division, but I just don't think they're good.
Yeah, this team I think will lose in the first round of the playoffs.
This is a team like the Eagles a few years ago where they're just going to get absolutely crushed in the first round of the
Who we
playoffs.
got
Eagles
next?
are 6-11.
6-11. The Eagles and the Giants are practically the same team. No one wants to
my
watch them because they're just
gosh.
not good.
Bummer.
Their
Giants are a
defense,
great team.
Their defense in the Eagles is like they're gonna be worse than the Giants, but they're probably gonna split their series. They're gonna be 1-1 with the Giants.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. To the Giants being better.
Remember
This
that
is
whole
just
thing
such
that
a
went
bad
down last
team.
year, where like the Eagles like threw the game. And
Yeah. The Giants have probably done that
The
before.
Yeah, if anyone did any substantial digging, then they would find like 2 years ago.
that's
the
what
Giants.
a lot of sports broadcasters were
Again,
saying.
with the Eagles, it's
Every
like
team's
they have
done it.
no point in winning because then not only does your rival get to go to the playoffs, but you got a worse draft pick.
And honestly, it's like
And
it's
you
kind
get
of
fired.
It's
so
kind of better
it's
for
kind
the
of a win-win-win.
It's kind of better for the Giants, anyways,
And
because
you get fired out of the Eagles organization.
and hopefully you get to go to a better team.
Any team's a better team. Yeah, not a lot to say
Sorry.
about the Eagles. You could kind of go in like deep context to see like how good
I mean,
they
hey,
are.
they got
but
Devonta Smith.
You don't really need to. Jalen Hurts is overrated. It doesn't matter.
Devonta Smith. Moving on.
Steelers, average.
Average. No, that's okay. I'll keep them at average.
They're definitely not pretty good.
One of the best defenses in the league.
They're just they're just not
Who,
good.
the Steelers?
Yeah, they have a weak
Suppose.
offense.
They're a great offensive line.
Hey,
not a great
not-
secondary.
Does
but it's not bad.
At first, they had one of the worst running back cores. Now they got Najee Harris. So
no James Conner though.
yeah. So then they're average.
Again, this is another team where you don't have a lot to say about them because you can really go into deep context about them, but you don't need to because
Right.
you don't care.
Hey, you never
We're
know.
winding down on them.
Maybe the Steelers will start next season and they'll surprise everyone like they did last year.
I don't
Maybe
really
they'll
think
start
so.
12-0. I don't think they will.
Excellent.
But maybe it will happen.
Forgot about that. All right, Broncos 6-11.
6-11.
Bottom end of 6-11. They're just not good.
They aren't. They really aren't. Who do they
They're
have
like,
at
oh
quarterback?
yeah, we got a new quarterback. Oh, it's Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater, Drew Lock. I don't think they have no chance. I just think that
they got that Patrick Surtain dude.
I think they're
So I guess
6-11.
their defense is
Bottom end
kinda
6-11.
almost better. They have
It's
a
just
bad
not gonna be
offense. They have
good
a bad
team.
defense. That makes bad NFL
They don't really
team.
have a good special team either.
Moving on.
Just not good. Panthers 6-11.
Yeah, I think this is a higher
They're
end
not average.
6-11 team.
They're not average, and they're definitely not no chance. They have Christian McCaffrey, Sam Darnold, somebody else, I assume. I don't know. They're just... Again, this is another team where you probably can't have a lot to say about them, but you really don't because they're just not
Yeah,
good.
this is.
Not a good defen-
I'd say
eh,
this
not a good
is
defense.
a higher end of the average team.
Why?
Higher end
Christian
of the
McCaffrey.
I should say this is Christian McCaffrey, best running back in the NFL. Sam
Debatable,
Darnold, I
but
think
probably, yeah.
I think Sam Darnold and Teddy Bridgewater match up about
Is
the same.
Teddy Bridgewater
so-
on their team? I thought he was on Denver.
No, I was saying that they match up the same. So it's
Oh,
something
okay,
like
yeah.
8 left.
Yeah, this is
All right.
Panthers are weird.
Raiders 6-11.
I think you could make the argument that Raiders are an average, but I don't think they are.
No, they're not. They have a really difficult division, and they're not an especially good team either.
Yeah. The Raiders, they got Derek Carr. They got
He's pretty
Henry
good. He's kinda
Ruggs,
underrated.
They got a pretty bad defense. They got
Josh
Josh
Jacobs.
Jacobs, and that's it.
Not a good special teams.
The
either.
rest are nobodies.
Not good. Washington Redskins
Washington.
or Washington football team.
Washington
Average.
football team. They're 6-11.
Really?
Yes.
I think they're probably the highest of 6-11. Then
I'd say they will.
I think they're a 10
but
win team.
I don't think the Redskins match.
So could we say the
No
lowest of...
boogers.
So would you want to do the highest of 6-11 or the lowest of average?
Rock paper scissors.
Yeah, rock, paper, scissors
Fine.
for it. Scissors, shoe.
For some reason,
I lost.
I'm not even kidding. For some reason, in my mind, I thought rock beat paper, so I did rock.
All right, low end average. Not a lot to talk
I
about.
can't
Their
believe
quarterback situation is so weird. Their running back situation is so weird. Their wide receivers.
I
are
did play
pretty good.
with the Washington
Defense
football
not
team
good.
for Madden today.
And you lost.
I lost, but I had 3 sacks.
Also, you did something like didn't you do something bad, or there was like one that should have been an interception,
He
but it
threw
wasn't.
like 4 interceptions.
Oh yeah, there was one that should have been an interception for you, but it wasn't.
It's like the guy went for the tackle instead of the ball that was right above his head.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, Cardinals average.
No doubt.
Like there's some part of me that wants to put them in pretty good, but they're definitely not better than the 49ers, and they're not a 6-11 team. They got better, but only slightly, and they weren't a great team. So
I don't. I'm not even the most positive person on this planet. The Cardinals make it to the playoffs. They probably will, but you never
There's
know.
so many teams in that average where it's like, yeah, not all of them are gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Anyway, next
Moving
team.
on. Buffalo
Bills.
Bills. Pretty good.
Goated. Well, we're only gonna put like 4 teams in goated, and I think that they
Buffalo Bills are now goated.
Yeah, if we're putting 4 teams in the goated, I definitely don't think another team's gonna be better than Buffalo for the AFC.
Yeah.
That's
AFC
Josh
is a
Allen,
toss-up.
Mitchell Trubisky.
I think for the next few years, the AFC is going to be a toss-up between the Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills, and I think
Josh
it's gonna
Allen
stay that
should
way.
win an MVP this year. I think he should.
I think he has.
He has the weapons.
opportunity.
He has the talent. He has the confidence. I think he should be MVP. That's so far
Hey, we have it on
really
recording.
looks-
The last time we recorded this, when you were hating on Josh Allen, do you regret that?
Kind of, but in fairness, Josh Allen is pretty
At the
much
time
the
was
same
playing
Josh
really
Allen.
bad.
Stephon Diggs definitely helped him out a lot.
Yeah, I
Cole
mean, in
Beasley.
fairness, at the time, Josh
They got a
Allen
better
was not
offensive
playing good
line.
football.
They pretty much got everything better, and they keep getting better. They had a better offseason. They're just better.
More
go
better.
Moving on.
I think that'll be the AFC championship right there. The
Seahawks.
the
I think
the Bills and Kansas City.
I think Seahawks
Pretty
are
good.
pretty good. Yep. I think they have a pretty.
Not as good as the Rams, but like still good.
I think
They're like
the
the
Seahawks,
Ravens.
Yeah, I think the Seahawks are a Ravens type team. They are very inconsistent, but when they are consistent, they are scary good.
I hate it when people say this.
Scary
Russell
good.
Wilson's not winning an MVP this year.
Scary good sounds kind of like.
Remember
DK
when
Metcalf's
people were
kinda
saying
overrated.
Russell Wilson was the MVP.
They were looking really good
last year?
last year. They were like looking pretty
Until
good last
Colt
year.
McCoy took them out.
Yeah. Anyway,
Sorry, that
so
was
this
scary
is
good.
this is a team. Again, not a lot to say about them. Just not good. Jets,
6-11.
Really? Who did they draft?
No, they're not. Who did they? Zach Wilson.
Oh, okay. Still no chance.
I think if
they still have no weapons.
I think at the point we put the Jaguars in, no chance. We put the Jets in, no chance.
They have no weapons, no tight ends, no wide receivers, no running backs, no defense. They have nothing except for Zach Wilson, and he's going to get killed. Packers, I don't know if I should put them at pretty good or goated.
We said we would put 4 teams in goated, and there's 2 teams
Wait,
left.
is Aaron Rodgers retired?
No, he's not.
He's still technically on their team, but I don't think he's going to play his best.
I think only because of Aaron Rodgers' situation, I think we have to put this team in pretty good.
Yeah. We're not going to... Just to be clear, we're not putting the Patriots in goated.
Yeah, we'd never do that. Because it's just not true.
All right, Aaron
But they are an
Rodgers.
average team.
Like, they kind of improved, except for Justin Fields is looking better, but Aaron Rodgers, I don't even know what's happening there. I don't really want to get into that. No.
How many teams
Patriots
do we have left?
Average.
Either pretty good or average. I'm kind of biased. Average.
Yeah, average.
Is this our
You're
last
putting
team?
San Francisco, Minnesota in average. You're putting the Patriots in average. I think everyone's sleeping on the Patriots, and they're going to be an underrated team because they made very good offseason moves.
And
they
I
had
think
one of
you're
the
biased.
best. They had one of the best
Whoa,
off seasons. They signed Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry. That's the worst tight end core to maybe the best, or at least one of the best.
Hey, I
top
know
3.
I wasn't the only one that saw this meme.
Mac
Rome
Jones.
wasn't built in a day, but the New England Patriots were.
Yeah. Belichick, he's still the best coach in the league. He made some good moves. Mac Jones better than Cam Newton. That's helpful. I don't really know. They've improved so much, and their defense has still. They also Their defense also has. I mean, they didn't lose practically anybody on defense, and they gained like Kyle Van Noy, that other guy who I can't remember from the Ravens.
You know, looking at this, I like
There's
this
a good
list.
team. I think this is a good
Do you
list,
guys wanna-
especially since there's no
I think
Texans on it.
I think last year, me and Myles kind of fumbled the bag on the list. Not even gonna lie.
This
But I
year,
don't think we
it's looking
fumbled the
pretty
bag. I think this is a solid list. Tell us what you think in the comments. Peace.
See you later. No
Moving
middle
on.
advertisements. So yeah, bye.
Moving on.